Hey, let's head from golf to cricket this week, as we get every year. The announcement of the Cricket Australia contracted players, 17 in all were unveiled. And there's some controversial omissions and selections. No rising star Will Pucovski, Matthew Wade, Travis Head also left out. It's a list that very much leans towards those that feature in the shorter form of cricket. For you, Mark Taylor, what did you make of what you saw? Your winners, your losers?
I think the big news is there's only 17. Cricket Australia can actually announce 20. They left 3 spots available, and the 3 winners on the left, Richardson, I think is a good selection, good young bowler, and he's probably preferred ahead of someone like Michael Neser, who's done very well for Queensland. Cameron Green, absolute, had to be there. Batted number 6 for Australia and did a pretty good job. Ashton Agar's a big winner. They're mainly for one-day cricket. I don't see him playing a lot of test match cricket, but retains his spot. The big losers on the right, and they're all batsmen. Travis Head, Matthew Wade, Will Pucovski, all have batted in the top 6 for Australia in the last year, but they're all out. And at the moment, they've been told to go back onto a state contract, which they will get, circa 150, 200 grand, I suspect, which is a couple of hundred grand below where the CA contract minimum level would be. And what I think Trevor Holmes is trying to say is, we're not sure who 2 of those guys, maybe someone else from outside that group, will grab those other spots which are available. Will Pucovski, I think, will be one of them for sure, provided he makes a few runs and proves he's fit. He's had concussion issues, he's had some mental health issues, he's also had a shoulder recce, so he's had some real issues. Will Pucovski looks a fine player, but not given a contract. I think it's mainly just the selectors saying, if you're fit, you'll get picked, you'll get upgraded, and your world will be fine.
When you see Pucovski play, apart from not hasn't amassed the huge runs everybody was hoping for, do you look at him and go, stylistically, you are classic, you're fantastic, or do you see issues and weaknesses?
No, I don't see a lot of weaknesses. I think technically he's extremely sound. The game of cricket today, particularly the batting, is very different, though. If you'd have asked me that question about Steve Smith 10 years ago, I would have said, oh my word, how's this guy going to make runs?
Right.
But you look at what he does and how he plays late, he has very much his own technique and averages, nearly 70. So I would have been wrong, as a lot of other people would have been wrong. So it's not necessarily about technique, and that's what I think we're seeing with Will. He's a fine-looking player, but as I said, he's had some health issues. If they're sorted out, he will play and he'll have a long career.
Mark, you've been very delicate about this, but I want you to be indelicate. Is this about the dollars as well, saving money?
I don't think it is, Liz, because at the end of the day, Cricket Australia have to spend that money. That's part of a player pool. At the moment, they're holding a bit back because they're not sure who are going to be those 2 or 3 guys that will end up playing a lot for Australia. I like the idea. It incentivises some of those guys who are not necessarily in that 17 and are not necessarily Head Pucovski either, who might say, hang on, I'm going to be that person. That's what the selectors want. That's what Cricket Australia want. They want someone to come up and say, give me the spot. I'm the next Marnus Labuschagne. I'm averaging 33 in Shield cricket. Give me a chance and I'll average 65.
Just a question from left field that you didn't see coming. Who is the face of Cricket Australia these days? I mean, it seems fairly anonymous, but there's not, like, whoever the James Sutherland at the moment is, I'm not sure who it is.
You've got Nick Hockley, who was the interim CEO, appointed after Kevin Roberts. He's still in the job. And you've got Earl Eddings is the chairman. But I think that's probably a good thing. I think CA would love that. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? Administrators administer the game.
No, because you're in a war.
Players play it.
There's serious issues with them in Channel 7. You need somebody that's going to say, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, and everything will be fine, or we'll win this battle.
Well, I suspect that's Nick Hockley's job if or when that needs to be done.
Right.